How's it going today, everyone? This is Sage, and we're back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch video. In this video, I want to touch on the top performing decks that we'll see post Infinite Forbidden, but prior to the late August TCG ban list. First things first, I want to start with a couple niche options that we've been seeing rise in price, specifically thanks to the new TCG exclusive archetype, Mimighoul. So the first of which being Hero's Shadow Scout. This is kind of a meme card because it reads, your opponent draws 3 cards, both players check the cards, and any spell cards among them must be immediately discarded to the grave. Just kind of a meme card, just one of the few good flip effect monsters, which is odd. But you have seen quite a few of these have moved since the 11th. This is the original MRL print. However, most people are going to want the updated text with the Spell Ruler 25th anniversary. You can see the very significant price spike from 8 cents to 13, a whole 5 cents. But if we look at the data, we have seen quite a few of these copies move too. However, not as many as the next card. And the next card is a solo print from Labyrinth of Nightmare. Fire Sorcerer. You may have seen this card back in the day. It's never been good. However, this may be Fire Sorcerer's chance to, burn up the competition. The only other print here is the worldwide English, so don't be mistaken by that. It is completely bought out. You can see we have 12 listings here, and this is light play near mint. Let's go look at data, and you can see we can scroll all the way back, and 7-9 is kind of when these buyouts started happening. 16 copies for near mint first at 36 cents. And if we keep scrolling up, you can just see lots of high quantities of this card moved early. And now people are coming in and trying to, pick up a copy where they can, but they're kind of a little late. There were people paying like $4+ for this card. Yeah, see here, $5 for a whole playset of near mint first. Just kind of ridiculous. $7.95 for 4. Copy here for 4. So if you guys have this, go ahead and go dig through your bulk, because this is a good time to offload this card. It reads, randomly select 2 cards from your hand and remove them from play to inflict 800 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points. This is a requirement. You can't avoid this. You have to randomly select 2 cards from hand and remove them from play, and then you get a cheeky little burn. Lowest price on this is a non-verified at 3 plus $1.22 shipping for a light play first. However, if you want near mint, you're going to be paying $5. And actually not even $5, because this is $4.95 plus $1.22 shipping. Or $4.99 plus $1.22 shipping. Or 15 cents plus $4.99 shipping. You're going to be paying $5+ for Fire Sorcerer. Just ridiculous. Guard Dog, this is the one that I've been seeing memed all over the place. Because it's like $30-something, and people are like, oh, why are people paying that? It just got reprinted in Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge. Yeah, look at sales data. It hasn't had a copy move at this $34 price tag. This is Dark Revelation 4, so this card will not repopulate quickly. Dark Revelation 4 and 3 were very, very, very scarce. So we see this time and time again with these sets, that they just don't repopulate quickly. Go ahead and pick up this copy from Terminal Revenge. It's bulk, if any of your friends open this up, or if you happen to get this for pricing. A lot of times people will just throw this card away just because it's not worth anything. Sol and Luna, now that the Mimighoul is revealed, this reprint kind of makes more sense in Rarity Collection 2. We saw this quarter century spike to around $10 here the other day when the Mimighoul archetype effects were revealed, and it being a flip effect deck. However, it's back to about $7 a copy, $8 a copy. Lowest playsets here are available at $7.85 a piece for the quarter century. However, you can go ahead and get a Platinum Secret for about $1 if you really want something that's going to look good. Or in my personal opinion, I like the PURs, the ultis, and you can find these for like 5 to 10 cents, 20 cents. These are the way to go. Or even the Collector Rare if that's your choosing. Secrets like bulk, supers are bulk, and in typical Rarity Collection fashion, the Ultra is lower than the super. I don't know why that happens with every single card in Rarity Collection 1 and 2, but who knows? Stranger things have happened, I guess. Fabled Luri, this thing's going to be a requirement for the Fiendsmith engine. No matter what deck you want to play Fiendsmith in, you're going to have a Luri. So if you want any of these like foil versions, there's a Super, there's a Hidden Arsenal 1, Dual Terminal Technology Common, and then there's the OG DT. You're going to be paying a lot of money for these. So if you happen to need a copy, just try to find these mini boxes, the Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. They're like $5 to $7 a piece. They're very cheap. They sat on shelves for like a year and a half, 2 years. So people are probably just going to want to get rid of them if they still have them. Otherwise, you can come in here and pick up a copy for about $7 from Gamer's Choice. You only need one. You don't need a whole playset on this. For Infinite Forbidden TCG player pre-sales, there's only 2 cards up. There's the Fiendsmith Engraver, and there's the Perulia. Boxes are about $90 pre-sale. This is completely sold out at distros, I think in EU and NA, from what I've been hearing in the background. So if you can find this for like $75 a box, might be worth trying to pick it up and gamble on getting the Engraver. The Engraver is pre-selling now for about $150, which is just ridiculous. Please don't get this. You're not going to get this card before Nats if you pre-order it this way. So you're paying $150 for a card that you can't even use at Nats, and it'll just go down when the set officially comes out on Friday. So please do not do that. And then we have the worst Mulch Army. We just got the reveal of the new Mulch Army in the last news video we covered it. And this one's the worst of the Mulch Armies. It's Max C Light, whereas the new Mulch Army is Max C 2.0. But this, hand trap, Max C-esque, will see some buys. I expect this to probably settle around the 25-ish to 35-ish range in the short term, dropping long term if it doesn't see any success. I want to look at the OCG metagame reports from Road to the King, just to kind of show you guys a sneak peek at the formats that we have to look forward to. These guys compile a lot of top performing decks from different regions in the OCG and give us the data so we can analyze it. Shout out to Road to the King. I'm going to leave these links for these articles down in the description. If you guys want to go check them out, you can. But we can see here for June 2nd, May 25th to June 2nd, we were seeing a lot of Snake Eye players, and then Tempai taking up 21% of representation, and then Yubel at 11. However, this Snake Eye rep was 55 total, with 49 being Snake Eye Fiendsmith, and then 52 Tempai, 27 Yubel Fiendsmith, and this was pre-OCG ban list. So if we scroll down, Ash was at 2, Bonfire was at 3, SP was at 2, Beatrice was not hit at all. So this was kind of what you were looking at. Fiendsmith, Snake Eye was being the top performing deck in OCG. And if we move on to the next metagame report, just, the next couple weeks after, being the 6th to the 16th of June, Yubel's on top with Snake Eye right behind it. And this was actually also before the ban list came out. So we go take a look at this, and you can see SP's at 2 here. So this was still pre-ban list. So both of these decks are very powerful. But then we move on to the next OCG metagame report. June 25th to the 30th. This was 91 top performing decks, 16.5% Yubel, 14.3% Snake Eye, and this was post ban list. You can see here Beatrice is limited, SP is limited. We scroll down a little bit more, Ash is limited, Bonfire semied. So post nerfs to Snake Eye, Yubel does come out on top. However, with Snake Eye at full power, Bonfire being at 3, Wanted being at 3, Ash being at 3, Snake Eye Fiendsmith is going to be the top performing variant, and that's what we're expecting to see here in the TCG. So if we look at some of these cards that you're going to need, I want to start with the Yubel deck since that's more long term. People are expecting the Snake Eye deck to get hit on our late August ban list. So we want to look at the Yubel cards and see what we can pick up now that'll spike in price after the ban list. So Samsara Lotus, this is sitting about $2 to $2.50 per copy. Several listings here available, however, it is a super rare from Phantom Nightmare. This is not going to be reprinted in the tins, so yeah, this is a very penny stonkish card. I don't think this card could spike any higher. I think it's going to sit around the $3-ish range. So yeah, I wouldn't go too crazy on this. You could have got them at like 50 cents and made a lot of money that way, but not a lot of people had that foresight. Spirit of Yubel, you could have got these for about $1. However, they're sitting about 3s to 3.5 to 4. This is a 3 of another super rare out of Phantom Nightmare, and yeah, not a whole ton of potential here, I feel, to have some returns post ban list, but you never know. Nightmare Pain, this is like a 1 to 2 of in the deck. About $2. You can see we had a big spike. I remember when this got to $4 or $5. It was kind of wild. 170 listings. Yeah, there's a lot of quantities available of this on the market. Phantom Nightmare, super rare. No shock there. Legacy of Destruction, we have Nightmare Throne, the field spell. This is a mandatory 3 of if you're going to be playing Yubel. You can find these for about 40. You can see there's a few unverified listings for under that. However, the first verified is $39.79 for a playset of light plays. So you're going to be paying about $120 for your playset. Phantom of Yubel, 2 of. This has declined since Terminal Revenge release. No real shock there, even with it being short printed. However, post Snake Eye Fiendsmith nerfs, this could see a price spike back up to that $60, $70 range that people were willing to pay as people tried to get the next best meta deck. Right now you can find a few unverified copies under $50. However, if you want a verified seller, you're going to be paying about $50. Not too bad there, about $100 for your 2. Yubel the Loving Defender Forever, this is a 1 of, and I got burned pretty hard on this. I paid $17 for my 1 of because, you know, we look at the price history, and it was sitting about 20-ish post-spike, so I'm like, I should, you know, kind of sit around there. But it's like $4.50, $5, $6. Very available for an ultra rare, 170 listings. Unchained Soul of Yama. This guy, you could have got him for $5, like, in July. You could have also got him for $5 in December, a lot more recently. However, with Yubel and Fiendsmith, this card is very, very good. It's a 2 of. You're going to be paying about $22 here for a single copy of Lord Yama. However, he does have potential to get reprinted in tins because Duelist Nexus will be in the tins. So if you want to avoid losing that investment, you can go ahead and shell out the money for the quarter century. However, I don't really focus on the high rarities just because that's not my style of jam. Soul of Sharvara, this is a super rare out of the OTS. It does have a common, so if you do want just a cheap, accessible version to play, you can get that. However, if you want like a nice looking OTS super, you're going to be paying about $1.50 to $2. 49 listings available. You could have gotten this for about 80 cents. I think even cheaper at one point. Yeah, about 80 cents the whole time, so not too awful. Soul of Rage, this was very expensive before the Rarity Collection reprint. However, with this Rarity Collection 2 reprint, the quarter century is now under $10. Very good price for your 1 of, I feel. 72 listings, so it's not going away anytime soon. Wave Hiking Caesar. So this guy got up to $10 nearly at one point when the Unchained deck became meta for like 2 weeks and then fell off the face of the earth. However, now it's seen play with Yubel Fiendsmith because it is a 6. And it needs 2 level 6 Fiends, and what makes 2 level 6 Fiends? You guys know it's Fiendsmith, so you can just make your Wave Hiking Caesar. This is an OG Super, and it's sitting about 3-ish, 2.5 to 3 to 4. Not too awful for OG Supers. However, it did have an OTS Super that is about $2. However, you could have gotten this at about 40 cents if I remember right. Yeah, 40 cents here. 26 listings on this. This is the most scarce version, so you're going to be paying about $2 if you want this. This is like a 1 to 2 of, depending on the situation. Verudris XYZ Baron. This is about $10 to $11. Several listings available for this secret. So if you guys need this, it's very available, and I feel like it's just going to slowly decline in price over time. Cross Sheep. This guy has been spiking for all prints. This is a high rarity, the 2021 tin with the prismatic secret. You're going to be paying about $3 per copy. 81 listings, several copies available on the market. You can see this seller has 11. You can also get the Ultra out of Battles Legend Armageddon, which has also seen a significant spike to about the $2.50 to $3 range. Or you can pay, about the same price for the Ignition Assault Rare, either First Ed or Unlim. I mean, it would make no sense to me to pay $3 for a rare, but, I can't tell you what to do with your money. Escape of the Unchained. This is a trap that is played at 1. It's like $1 to $2, depending. And it has 2 prints. It has this 2020 tin version, and then it has an OG Chaos Impact version. I just get the OG Chaos Impact, just to have that. Chaos Summoning Beast. This is only really played in some Bell decks. So the tech is you get Opening, you add Dark Beckoning, and then off of Dark Beckoning you search Chaos Summoning, and then Opening gives you an extra normal, so you summon this, and then you can go to Yama. But some decks are choosing not to play the Chaos Summoning Beast. There are so many copies of this available on the market. You can afford to have like 1 or 2 of these sitting in your bulk box just in case that variant takes off. 289 copies here with Trading Card Elites. And if we scroll down Gamer's Choice, the wall, they have 926 at 10 cents. So unless you want to go wipe out 1,300 copies of this, these walls aren't going away anytime soon. Speaking of Dark Beckoning, Gamer's Choice has 2,584 copies available at $5. 2021 Megatins Ultra, high rarity of Dark Beckoning, not going anywhere anytime soon. These sellers are going to keep trying to undercut Gamer's Choice, so this price should be declining. You can see we have 5 copies here at $4. Not too awful. But then we also have the Structure Deck Common. I don't get why people pay this much for Structure Deck Commons. It's like 1/3 of the cost of the Structure Deck. Like, just MSRP Structure Deck. Forgive me. The Sacred Beast deck is worth more than that now because it's out of print. Opening the Spirit Gates kind of has that same thing. It has an Ultra from the 2021 tins, and then it has a common from the Structure Deck Sacred Beast. And it's seeing kind of the same thing. Opening is, $2.50 roughly. It's not awful, I guess. But, yeah. 106 copies available on the market. And then we look at the common. Yeah, people are way lower on listings, and people are paying $2 per common. Just insanity to me. Gustav Max, this guy, I really like the Lost Art because for some reason I just really hate this green barrel. I feel like it looks so weird. However, the jump is the high rarity. It's 16 market price. These Lost Arts are repopulating. There was a point where these were nearly completely bought out. However, this does have several cheap accessible prints if you just need a copy to play. Then we go into Tempai, okay? So Tempai is projected to be probably like 3rd best deck in the format. It's not seeing a whole ton of play right now. However, I anticipate after the Megatins this year, the Dueling Heroes tin... Was it Dueling Heroes? Dueling Mirrors. That's what it is. Dueling Heroes was last year. After the tins this year, once we get the Tempai Dragaon reprint, these Pydras should spike up since they aren't due for a reprint, and the people who get their Trident Dragons are going to need their Pydras if they want to play the deck, and they're going to need 3. So if you come in and pick these up at sub 10, which here's a playset at 10, here's several individual copies available at around $9 to $10 to $11. This isn't a bad price. We saw these as high as $20 like when they came out, people were willingly dropping 60 plus on the playset of these, specifically because the rest of the deck, now aside from Trident Dragon, was very affordable and low rarity, so people were willing to shell out 20 bucks per copy on this. But once Trident Dragon becomes super available, we're going to want to look toward Pydra and some of the extra cards that are played in Tempai, including, well, Trident Dragon. Let's take a look at this first. $60 for the secret for the Ultra, and the ulti, first eds are over 200. Crazy. First ed near mints are over 200. Insanity. Let's go back a year. Yeah, you could have got these for like 30. And if we go back even further, there's like screenshots of people picking these up for like $5 a piece, which is insanity. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst is another one of the extra deck cards that sees play in Tempai. These did shoot up to around the $5+ mark at one point. Ultra Rare being the highest rarity of this card. Oh, it was like 8.5. Yeah, I guess I forgot about that. But there's plenty of listings of this available on the market now. And if we go back, actually, this is a Legendary Dragon Dex print. And we did see when we did our news video last week that the EU and Australia and New Zealand-based distros have an unlimited wave coming up on the Legendary Dragon Dex. So that should help get even more accessible commons out to the people. However, if you want a foil, you're going to be paying a few bucks for it. Now, this kind of covers two different cards. So we have Black Rose and we have Black Rose Moonlight, both of which are played at 1 in the Tempai deck. You can pick up a cheap Quarter Century for like $5 for the Black Rose. However, the Moonlights are going to run you like $10+ a piece. There was a point where you could have got these colored ultra rares, I guess, purple, green, and blue, for about $2. And then they quickly shot up to around the 10 to 15 mark. However, the listings are starting to repopulate a little bit and the prices are starting to come down. The Super Out of High Speed Riders is also coming down. This was about 15, along with the Ultra Out of Legendary Duelist Season 2. However, if you want the manga promo, you're still going to be paying a lot of money, which honestly, 17 for this isn't too bad. That's actually kind of crazy. I kind of want to pick up a manga promo. I don't know why the market price hasn't adjusted. Crazy. Yeah, I kind of want to pick up a manga promo when it gets to about 15. So ignore the market price, actually. These are about 17. So they are following track with the rest of the Moonlight Dragons. Samurai Destroyer. This is a card that people started teching in Tempai. And it's a solo print rare at a circuit break. If you guys find this in rare bulk, go ahead and dig it out and hold on to it until post Megatons, because this does have a chance to spike. Because I do not think it's going to be reprinted in an OTS in the next few months or in the tins. I could see this getting back up to the $5 range if Tempai takes off. But yeah, there's a few copies here available on the market if you want to pick your one of up. Ruddy Rose, the prismatics are back to $1. Sad day. I remember when someone came in and bought out the whole wall that was holding this, and then it spiked up to like 2s. But there's several copies here available at the $1 to $1.50 mark. So if you need your one of, go ahead and pick up the prismatic. Otherwise, you guys can go with the Lightning Overdrive OG secret. However, just pick up the one that looks just as good, in my opinion. Hieratic Seal, this is a Quarter Century. It's a high rarity. It's like $12 on a bad day. Several copies available. Not awful. Seals is one of those cards that's super frustrating. You see your opponent go Seals past, and you're like, oh, God. Just because of the quick effect, man. It's awful. I wanted to talk on this because this saw a lot of hype. OCG was playing Blackwinged Assault Dragon for a little bit in Tempai. However, the TCG just hasn't really been playing it, and neither has the OCG deck list. They just kind of dropped this. I don't know if it just wasn't performing the way it was supposed to be, or if it's still going to be a niche tech option that the Tempai deck can utilize. So this could be a good card to kind of keep an eye on. You can see there's still plenty of listings on these now that they've repopulated, so just one to keep in the back of the mind. Quackimiro Drago with Fiendsmith running around rampant. This is your floodgate that you side in if you're facing like a Yubel player or Snake Eye Fiendsmith to cancel out the Fiendsmith. Because this reads, ignore this first line, light and dark monsters can't be specialed. Just simple as that. And it's a 1900 normal summon. So unless they have a monster that can beat over this, they just can't use half their deck, especially if they're playing Yubel. They just can't do anything because a lot of their starters are very low attack. The ulti, you can see some near mints. Unlims were moving for about 60. If we scroll down, mod play unlim you can get for 45, light play unlim for 48. However, if we go look at first eds, here's an Italian LP for 60, German near mint for 70. That's not too awful. Near mint unlim for 100. Yeah, I don't think I'd play that, but there's no near mint first, I guess, aside from this German. That's kind of odd, huh? Yeah, just one single German. When was the last near mint unlim that sold? Or near mint first? I'm actually curious now. 625, 628 for 90. Yeah, 3 different copies sold here at the $90 mark. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you want the German, it's not too awful at 70. However, there are several very accessible prints of this card. Common, Rare, Starfoil, OG Ultra, but this is the one that I'd kind of look at. The Battles of Legend Armageddon Ultra. This set was very widely opened with the chase for 10k Dragon, so people will have these like floating around in bulk. You can see them for about $2 a piece, quickly on up to 2.5 and beyond. You can see multiple sellers have dozens of copies of this available, so if you guys need your one of, go ahead and pick it up here. And Pankratops. So this is kind of a weird one to touch on, but this was seen play specifically to counter the last card that we talked about. So this says light and dark monsters can't be special summoned. However, what attribute is Pankratops? He is an earth. So guess what? You draw Pank, you can special him, and then you can beat over the Drago, and then you can go main phase 2 and you can do your thing. And then you can also use this as a pop. Just crazy. Very, very fun card. I hope he comes back to 3 soon. But I want to look at these OG secrets. You can see when he got semied, he shot up to 10, and now he's quickly back down to like 3s where he should be. 108 listings on the secret. However, if you want the high rarity and you want to be the collector rare, these have fallen. I remember when these were like $100. Yeah, see, these were like 130. Then he got semied, and he went up to 160, and now he's even further beyond. Like $65 is just crazy for collector rare. However, with Pank's Legacy, I wouldn't doubt if he'd get like a quarter century sometime in the future. And this is just kind of the little Chaos Summoning Beast information. I had to look this up because I wasn't completely sure. Dark Beckoning Beast gives you the additional normal summon for a 0/0 Fiend. 2 Fiends gets you into Yama, so that's kind of the little explanation for that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little look at the post-Infinite Forbidden format and pre-TCG ban list format. If you guys enjoyed, leave some comments down below. Like the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and let me know what you guys are going to be playing in the next format. I'm really excited. I was trying to figure out a way to tech Fiendsmith into Plunder. However, I just can't get it to work. However, there is a new TCG exclusive card. I can't quite remember the name of it, but it's very, very good in Plunder. Let me see if I can find that name real quick. Live editing done cheap. If you guys haven't joined the Fresh Off the Press Discord or the Team Sakuraso Discord, we do have links for those in the description. I run both of those Discord servers, and then if you guys are more interested in like my personal content, I have my own Discord server too. I want to get back to doing Twitch streams after the move. We're ending up moving here at the end of the month, so we've been packing and getting all that ready. Here's that card actually. It's called Dipsy Fiend. It's a... Here, I'll actually pop this over. Let me do this. And let me pop this over here for you guys, and then you guys can look at this with me. So, Dipsy Fiend. Say level 4 Fiend Water, 1500 to 1000. So with Plunder synergy, level 4 Fiend Water, that's all we need. Discard 1 card, then declare 1 attribute except water. Special summon this card from your hand to either field, then this card becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. Then if you special summon this card to your opponent's field, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Fiend monster with an original attribute other than the declared one from your hand or graveyard to your field. Also for the rest of this turn, you can't special summon from the extra deck except Fiend monsters. This is quite literally Plunder Patrol support, because this makes it so you don't have to do your Yord plays to get an attribute on the other side of the field to go into like your quick effect off of Blackbeard, go into Lease, or your Mork, or your Bran. You can just use this from hand. You know, you start your Plunder combo, you get like a Plunder Engrave, special summon this to the opponent's side, declare light, then you can special summon back your Plunder monster and get more material. It's just kind of a really sick card. I could see this being played at 1, so I just wanted to share that here at the end of the video for any of you that have stuck around. But yeah, hopefully you're going to be pumping out a couple more videos this week. We'll see what kind of news we get through the remainder of the week. Hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, stay hydrated. I'm going to go drink out of my half gallon of ice water, and we'll see you guys later. Take care.